Hi guys, it's been a while. How are you? I originally made this channel a few years ago with the goal of sharing a lot of stuff I had learned on my own healing journey and in putting together some things that I thought could help people, also with a lot of intuitive insights, things that I was drawing in using a variety of intuitive techniques. And I can't say I focused too much on growing this channel. It was more just creating something that was shares from the things that I was getting and things I was discovering. And I took a break. I haven't done much here, but I wanted to come back and update everyone who might see this that I've been doing a huge amount of healing and learning and traveling. I've been to many parts of the world, Latin America, many parts of the US, I've been to Europe. I made a lot of discoveries about myself, and I've shed so many layers, it's crazy. The level of transformation I've been having is really a lot. I've dropped into myself in a whole different way, and I really feel on path and on mission, and I see the challenges and the obstacles, and I also feel the gifts and the potentiality. So I'm in a pretty good place right now. And that's why I'm especially excited to inform anyone who might see this and kind of reintroduce myself to YouTube, to the internet, that I'm expanding my services. I do card readings and I do soul mission healing. I do services essentially in the spiritual dimension that are also psychologically informed, but always deeply, deeply intuitive. I was offering these a little bit on another platform on Etsy, but it was totally the wrong platform, so I took it off there. But I was getting positive responses there. And the biggest place that I've honed my craft has actually been working with friends, with family, with people that I encounter in my travels. I've continued to practice through that and take that very positive feedback and then add that to the mix and then think, how can I make it better? How can I make it better? And so now I finally launched my website in the last few days, where I can really offer this in a more structured way and in a way that's also going to support me and help me support you. I think I've resisted this for quite some time for various reasons I might mention in a moment, but in the past 6 months it has become increasingly clear to me that I am going to be working as a healer, an awareness guide or healing guide. I especially like the idea, the framework of guidance, because I'm giving you guidance of where you can go, what your options are, and creating those catalyzing moments for you when you're ready, when you open up to a session, so open up into a session space with me, drawing in the right energy, the right light in a very quick fashion. I usually work quite rapidly in order to show you, here's what's going on, here are your choices, what do you want to do with them? We can go 3 different ways today. Here's my suggestion. What do you want to do? This is what this would look like. This is what this timeline is going to look like for you, most likely, if you go down this path, if you work this way. If you open up to these experiences in romance, in career, in spirituality, in rediscovering your true self, because this is a very messy reality that we're a part of on Earth. This is a reality that has so much to offer and is so incredibly beautiful, but it's been taken off course steadily for a very long time. So it's kind of like, that's a whole complicated subject. But we're never truly off course, because there's always a reason we're doing what we're doing. But at the same time, the overall conditions on this planet are not really that supportive of genuine holistic life. That's why we have to work fairly hard to realign and bring us back. So that's what I help with. That's what I really want to do, and that's what gets me excited. Doing that for myself and helping other people do that. So as I was touching on in the last 6 months, my clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, claircognizant, all these abilities have gotten stronger and stronger. When I sit down and I choose to work with someone and read someone, I can get many levels of awareness very quickly. And I'm proud of that, and I enjoy it, so it's kind of a win-win. And I also have felt that this is going to be getting bigger, and I'm going to have the opportunity to work with more people, which is exciting. Over this past winter, I was in Central America, and I had the opportunity to offer these workshops to people, usually sort of smallish to medium groups, anywhere from like 5 to 6 people up to like 13 or something like that, which was a really, really nice group size. It allowed me to create a lot of awareness through usually very fun activities, games that I would create or repurpose from places. But it was very, very intuitively guided. Every week was totally different. So that's the kind of gift that I have, I guess. That's the kind of ability that I have to create from scratch, something that's going to be deeply transformative. Some people would say that like a three hour program of that workshop felt like a 12-week course, because somehow we jam pack a lot in there, which is amazing. So yeah, I would say my specialty, if you're starting to feel curiosity about working with me, or I also plan on making some more content here, but specifically if you're curious about working with me, I would say my specialty is this: going really deep, really fast, with a lot of gentleness too, a lot of compassion. I know that I bring a presence that is usually very supportive to people and nurturing, and feel safe, but I also can go quick, and I also can like dig up things really fast, and people are like, wait, no one saw that in me ever, and yet now that you're saying it, I immediately realize it's true. That's the kind of thing that I tend to do, and it's a joy of mine as well, because as soon as we unearth that and bring it up, wow, you have way more options to work with in life. It's amazing. So yeah, I'll share with you guys now as I start to wrap up this short video. Sometimes I've struggled with a little bit of an insecurity, being that in this kind of business, I think I mentioned that until maybe 6 months ago or so, until the more recent past, I wasn't sure how serious and deep I would go into this as far as offering services. And then I kind of realized that I am definitely a hell yes to this, and I'm committing to this, and I'm excited about it. But the insecurity is when I look at other people who do similar related work. In general, I'll notice, wait a sec, they talk differently than I do, they dress differently than I do, their vibe is a little different, their jewelry is different, whatever it is. Like, do I look like someone in the healing arts arena, the spiritual arena? And sometimes I feel like I don't. So I'm overcoming that. At the end of the day, I don't really care anymore. But it's been interesting, because it's like people sometimes present themselves a certain way, whether it's a facade or whether it's totally natural. Like, I'm not there to judge that. That's for everyone to kind of figure out about other people. But sometimes I felt like I don't present myself in a predictable way. So I don't know. I felt like I wanted to say that I'm very real, and I do things my way because I'm very authentic in sticking to like what really feels good. That's a major value of mine in life, to like figure out who I am and conduct myself accordingly. So anyway, wanted to mention that, and very excited to be using my gifts, very excited to be like really opening this door wider now. So I'm leaving my website link in the description. If it speaks to you, at least have a look at it and see if you're curious. You can book a session there. You can learn a little bit about me there. Or just if you want to subscribe to this channel if you're not already. The last thing I do want to mention is, this is quite recent, but the downloads and information I'm getting through my extrasensory awareness, through my spirit guides and my team is like ramping up so much. There's different ways to do a lot of this. That's the thing. There's different ways to heal. That's like threading the needle. What do I mean by that? There's approaches and ways that we can create massive change for ourselves that are going to avoid a lot of the traps that keep people very stuck for a long time, or that make people think they're changing and then they still kind of get stuck. There's a lot of extremes out there, and it's very easy to get pulled to one of them. And so when I say thread the needle, like, we're finding here that, wow, there's actually ways that we can reorganize and realign along the principles of who we are, living fully in our hearts, that still is bringing massive awareness to the surface and allowing us to change, but not turning us into these kind of shadow work junkies, or kind of shadow work zombies, if you will, of people who are like, I got to do more work on myself. I got to book all these sessions. I got to sit and journal for 10 hours. I'm almost housebound because I'm in so much pain and I'm always reliving trauma. It's not that. And I thought it was that for a little while, because I felt like that vortex was pulling me in, and I got out of that. But it's not the other extreme either. So what I'm saying here is there's a middle ground that's much more than a middle ground. And I'm going to be sharing about a new framework that I'm going to be introducing, I think. It's a lot when I say it, but I'm excited about it. And it's going to have things in common, of course, with a lot of what's come before, but it's going to have my spin on it. It's going to have a lot of original material, a lot of original perspective. So that's what I have to share for today in just about 10 minutes. Check out my stuff if you're curious, or just stay tuned. And whatever you do, have an amazing and beautiful day.